Hello and welcome to another Dragonstorm Studios video. And I'm here to talk to you today about creativity. And this video stems from a conversation that I had just a couple of days ago with a friend of mine who was saying that he found creativity, or to be creative, was very difficult. And I'm one of those people who doesn't argue very well, because I tend not to think of good statements and points and ideas until after the fact. So although we had a good conversation, I don't feel as if I really particularly persuaded him that creativity is something which everyone can do, really. So I'm going to make this video today and just talk a bit about my ideas regarding creativity and see if I can sway you, dear viewer, about the idea that maybe creativity is not as difficult or hard as it seems. So we'll see how things go today. If you enjoyed the video, then I might do more of these. But I figure at least today I'm just going to talk a bit about some techniques that I've used in the past when it comes to trying to become more creative. And I think creativity is a skill as opposed to a talent or an ability that people might have. So I'm going to just begin by talking about the idea of combining different animals together. And this was something which I used to do frequently as a kid to try and come up with new ideas. I'd go through my old books. I had the Encyclopedia of Animal Life as a kid, and I'd just go through it. I'd wonder what would happen if you combined, the antlers of an elk with the mandibles of a spider, and you get these amazing and really kind of weird, off the wall sort of end results. And it didn't matter if, the antler didn't look exactly like that of a big-horned goat that you might find on a mountain climbing somewhere, because the end result was like a monster which didn't need to necessarily have the exact anatomy that I was creating. So it gave me a lot of freedom, even though I wasn't terribly good as a kid at drawing, to kind of experiment and try things out without the pressure of being able to draw an animal exactly as it was in the book. It gave me freedom to try different things out, and I think that freedom really helped me develop my skills and become better as an artist as well. So I'm going to combine a bunch of animals I saw in a very similar encyclopedia of animal life, but one online, where I kind of looked up different animals, and I'm going to combine them all together. So we've got like a snail shell sort of going on here. Again, not exactly like you'd see in real life, and that's certainly okay. And one thing which I have always found completely terrifying are spiders. And it's mostly because they kind of end up startling me more than anything else. They come out of kind of nowhere and get me by surprise. Especially if I'm out and about in the garden and all of a sudden one's like crawling on me, I tend to get startled by them. I'm not scared of them particularly, but they do catch me unawares a lot. I'm not terribly observant when I'm thinking about something else, or I'm out of sorts. Like if one popped in my hand right now, I would give a really good start because I wasn't expecting it. And I think part of the reason why people are afraid of spiders is the legs. They've got these really long, 8 terrifying legs, and that's one of the reasons why I think they're so scary. They move so quickly, and they startle us. And as a result, a lot of people are afraid of spiders. And although I don't count myself as being afraid of spiders, I am very easily surprised by them. And just by combining these different animals together, we're able to create something new, something maybe a little terrifying as well. And again, you can kind of decide as you're going. Maybe the abdomen is inside the shell itself, and you've got the thorax, I think it's called, the middle part, and then maybe the head of the spider isn't actually a spider's head, but it is another aquatic creature, and we're gonna make it a shark. Again, sharks, I have a love-hate relationship with them. I think they're really cool. They're fantastic animals, but my gosh, they are scary as heck. So maybe it's got the shark head kind of coming out from the shell here somehow. I think we can kind of work out how that is logistically happening kind of on our own here as we go ahead and create this. But again, it doesn't scientifically matter how it happened. This is a product of our imagination. And the minute you've drawn these sort of animals before, you're able to kind of get their look without too much in terms of references. You might need references at first, which is totally fine and legitimate. But as you get more used to drawing them, you can kind of draw them without that reference. And some of the things that you get, air quotes, wrong with the picture actually end up making it look more interesting in the end. Because I don't think too many people bother asking while watching Sharktopus, how did this thing come together? How does it move properly? Like that's not what people are watching those movies for, or why they're in the theater or at their homes watching it. They're there for the thrill, the fear factor of it all, and that is magnificent. I love those movies because they are, although silly, they are fantastically creative, and I love it to death. So here's my shark, snail, spider creation, and I know that I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. I don't know about you, but he is looking fantastic. Add a bit of texture here and there, and we've got that change in tone that you often get in sharks. And I think, if memory serves, it's darker on top and lighter on the bottom. This is where I probably should have my reference in front of me, but again, we're just kind of talking about creativity as a technique, as a way of improving our creativity. And so I'm liking how this is shaping up. We've got the legs on the other side there as well, just kind of poking through. So what do you think? Is this something which terrifies you? Is it something which you think is more funny than terrifying? Are you going to try this sort of thing out and pick 2, 3, 4 animals and combine them together to see whether or not you're able to create your own kind of monstrosity, but being creative in the process? Is that something which appeals to you perhaps, or maybe not, which is totally fine too. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If this is something which maybe could be an ongoing series where I just talk about different things that I've done to help enhance my creativity, and keep you posted. If you have a drawing you've done you want to post here as well in the comments, a link to it, please do so. I'd love to sort of see what you come up with for ideas. And if you think that the video is worth sharing, please do so. If you like the videos, please subscribe to the channel, and have yourselves a fantastic day. Bye-bye.